Welcome to pay-to-play report for Ryse Son of Rome on Xbox One X. I don't actually have this game on PC. I am aware of the fact that it's available on PC, but I already had it on Xbox One, and I decided, well, let's try it out here and see if I really would want enough to buy it on PC. And the result is that I did not want it. I did not find it interesting enough to buy it for PC. I played it here on Xbox One X and it was sufficient for me. So what kind of game is this? Well, it's a brawler game where you have also elements of quick time events. In the case of quick time events, what you're gonna get is the executions, which is what happens at the very end of the game of fighting the enemies. You'll be able to execute them through using of the quick time events. Visually, the game is enhanced on Xbox One X, so you get better visuals. Of course, you will get even better visuals on PC, as far as I'm understanding is. I completed the campaign in this game on the second hardest difficulty, which is Centurion. I did not do it on Legendary because, well, Legendary was locked. You have to do it first on Centurion before you can do it on Legendary. I had enough of, torturing myself on Centurion difficulty because I'm not that good at the brawler games, that I decided that I'm not gonna go and play the game on Legendary. So let's go through the multiplayer system, and we're gonna start the game, and I'm gonna show you the actual how things look in the game. But it's not the campaign. But it's just pretty much the multiplayer section of the game. Now, to play it, you do need the Xbox Live subscription. I don't have it, so therefore I play through using the solo mode here. That allows me to not to have the Xbox Live subscription. So the game is based on history of ancient Rome. It borrows names from it, it borrows visuals from it, and that's it. So it's really not much else. It's not very accurate in any other way. So it's more of a kind of inspired by ancient Rome. Besides the actual brawler things, you will have other things to do in the campaign. You will have ability to order archers to fire arrows. You're gonna have ability to tell your troops which targets to prioritize for them to attack. Or you're gonna be able to order troops to take up certain positions to defend them. Order troops to advance with you and throw javelins at the enemy. So that's also gonna be available. It kind of mixes up the campaign, so it's not only fighting. So now here in this regime, in this multiplayer section of the game, we gotta choose one of the gods, which give us certain benefits. So here we're gonna choose Apollo because when I'm gonna be doing execution, I'm gonna get health back, which is pretty good. So we're gonna start with that. So as you can see, visually the game looks great. Everything is clear, easy to see. You know where the enemies are. We're gonna skip through this section. I'm gonna try to go forward as much as possible. However, I did have a bit of an issue when there was a yellow flash for the quick time events. I did have issues there. Sometimes it was hard to see it, but it was not that often, so there you go. And now we're gonna and that's pretty much there. What you see is a full game. What you're gonna be always doing in the game. And now here's our quick time event for us to kill this enemy. There we go. I pressed the wrong thing. If you press the wrong thing, the experience that you get from actually performing this is much lower. So you need to, the faster you do things, you press the commands, the more accurate you press things, the better. Now there we go. So something else is gonna come up. I'm not sure what. But let's keep going. In the campaign, well, campaign is very much linear in terms of its movements and what you're going to be doing, and what you're going to be able to. Okay, I'm gonna move away here, and let's do this. Now in the campaign, like I said, it's a linear levels. They'll tell you where to go, what to do, and yeah. So nothing really much more to say about that, but I do have something to say about the way the fighting is done in the game. So one of the things is that it really annoys me is the fact that almost always for defense we used to block with a shield. That's not how you do it in a martial arts that use a shield and sword. Right? So in a shield and sword martial arts, you defend yourself with a sword, then you transfer the opponent's weapon onto the shield, and that's how it's pretty much done. And now they killed us. Okay. So that's one of the things that kind of was a bit of a problem for me. Now, you know, I did find that the idea of actually interrupting the opponent's attacks was pretty good and correct. And while I'm here, let's go here, and I'm going to show you what happens when you die, whether in here or in the campaign. You'll be allowed to go into the screen, which is skill upgrade, and you'll be able to improve your skills, which is in case it's like health, focus gain, so basically experience gain, focus gain, or other stuff in the combat that you know, such as the inventory, such stuff. You're able to improve that using the experience that you got through while playing the game. Right, and this is very valuable in terms of that if you are encountering a very difficult portion of, especially in the campaign section, so you're encountering something that you cannot seem to be able to beat, you're able to go in here, improve your attributes, right, and go back and try again. And as you go along, you're still getting experience, so you still are able to go back and continue to improve attributes. That way you can kind of power through this way through the sections of campaign. Besides this, you can also upgrade your what's called the executions, which gives you bonuses to what you will have in terms of after you complete the execution. So more focus, more health, more experience, more damage, and so on. After that, all that's available to you. Now, what's focus is? Focus is something that you deploy. It's another move that you deploy that allows you to slow down time for the opponents, and you yourself are actually speed up, and so you're able to just kill off opponents much faster. So let's get back to the actual fighting, and I'm going to talk a bit about the issues also. Also, when it comes to the fighting itself, the enemies I found move in a false time. What is false time? The idea of false time is when you move your body before you move your weapon. So you're not protected, you're not covered by your weapon, and this caused a bit of problems for me because as a person who does the defensing, I found it to me that elements sometimes in the game when I would see the enemies move, I'd be like, well, this is the time when I'm supposed to do a counter attack, or supposed to be, you know, blocking or something like that, and that has to be it, because it looks like the person moved forward but the weapon is still back, right? So I can really attack the enemy, because right there the enemy is just a hand reach away, right? Well, the game goes like, nope, no, the animation is still ongoing, so you can't attack. No, it's like you missed. You just need to wait further before you can block or counter attack. And to me, it was like, oh, really? So it was causing me a lot of problems. So that I had, and of course everybody in the game overswings their weapons. They go really widely, attacking really widely, which is more for visible purposes, of course, but so to me that bit is also was a bit annoying. And now, what about what do I think of this game overall? Well, I think it's a good game, partially because of all this execution kills, because right there, you know, they're visually, of course, satisfying into the when you're killing the enemy, but also in certain ways they are see, the way they are done, of course, is also in a way correct, because you are moving in not deflecting enemies' attacks, but also you're moving in such a way as to avoid enemies' attack and take up advantage of that situation. So to me, that's all very kind of a. I would say this is actually more of a, not why I think it's a good game, but more of a why it's a cool game. Of course, visuals of the game add to it. Supposed to, I think, destroy these things. I'm not sure how to. Right, and also why I find this game cool is because, well, it's because the visuals and how the story is told is a very well introduced. They use the carved Roman column idea that Romans used to illustrate their campaigns, building campaigns. Here it's a useful the same way to illustrate the story. That is great. So, also another reason I found this game to be really cool. Finally, it's the atmosphere in the game. It's the unknown lands are shown to be kind of dark places, you know, the stuff that where the Romans have not charted or explored, and so to them it's a dark unknown areas, and atmosphere is there in the game to show that. Okay, so they killed us again, and that's fine, because I'm already finishing up with my report. And so from all that, I think this game is really cool. It's also a good game because I did find that the story was fun, and the visuals also were very appealing, and I found the story itself appealing, even though it's the storyline is not very deep, or it's a pretty simplistic story itself, but it was still captivating enough. So that's that's what I think about this. This is a good, cool game. And well, if you like this video, please like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it, and please subscribe. Oh, and also thank you for watching and for listening.